Hi there, welcome to the Howler Pitch Academy, where we're walking through the steps to pitch a television series, and we're focusing right now on the sizzle reel, the piece of video that you will show in the pitch room to the buyers. I'm John Lear, behind the camera, my partner Nancy Howler. We're talking today about the editing phase of the sizzle reel. Nancy, this is where you come in, Nancy, in a big way. She's a super talented editor, which is what you need. But there's lots of editing software that's readily available, and some of it's more intuitive than others. The two that seem the most intuitive are Final Cut Pro and Premiere. Would you agree with that, Nancy?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, if you know Avid and you have access to Avid, they all can do the job that you need for this short sizzle reel.
But I would say learn Avid before Final Cut, because Final Cut has no future.
Nancy, if you heard that, Nancy says pick Avid before Final Cut if you're going to start, because she thinks Final Cut has no future.
Unfortunately, the reason I say don't use Final Cut is because nowadays they've sort of stopped doing a lot of things that it needs to do. Like you can't do an OMF, and you can't do a lot of things that you need. It's great if you're a one-man band, though.
It sounds like you're saying that, like, once you go pro, you're going to be bummed that all you know is Final Cut Pro.
You're going to feel like, I just spent 100 hours learning a system that doesn't work for me.
It's unfortunate, because we would have stuck with Final Cut Pro forever. We loved it, both of us. Because even I can cut a little bit on Final Cut Pro. But they just hit a wall, and it's all about the sound files.
But Premiere is becoming really the new Final Cut Pro, and people love it, and it's similar. It's not that far off.
So the important thing is that you can do this. How do I know? Because I have watched Nancy learn editing on her own simply by getting the software and messing around with this. Now, if you're not into editing, that's fine. You can find somebody else who edits. But if you don't have the money, or you don't have somebody willing to volunteer to do this, you can do it. Our final piece of advice is cut to the funny. Start with the funniest stuff first. Work out from that. Forget about information. You're going to have a verbal component to the pitch in there, and you can always bring all that stuff in. Make it funny, make it short.